What's up?
Not much. How you doing?
Good. Tired, but good.
Yeah. It's a Monday for us.
And I had 3 concerts this past weekend.
3 concerts.
Yeah.
Like you performed?
I performed in 3 concerts at the choir I sing with.
Okay.
And then also went to a party after one of them and got home around 4. Just stayed out
in the
late.
morning?
In the morning.
4 in the afternoon? That's not that late.
No, I stayed out pretty late.
We had, so my wife does art, button art, as I call it.
Button geek art.
Button geek art, yes.
That's the name of it. I'm not
It is.
disparaging it.
Geek. No, she does like nerdy stuff.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
And we did a show in Carlisle.
Oh, was it the one at the fairgrounds, like the Carlisle Christmas craft show thing?
It was not a Christmas craft show. It was the I forget what it's called. Market of Curiosities.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It is at that place.
Yes.
So it's a half hour from my house.
Mm.
I got home from school on Friday. We drove there. We set up. We drove back. And then in the morning, woke up, drove over there, sat there all day. We did pretty well, I'd say. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people there.
That's good.
They pay to get in.
Oh, one of those.
And then there's also like entertainment.
Oh, okay.
So have you ever been to the Renaissance Fair?
Yes.
Recently?
No. 7 years. I don't know.
Have you ever seen this guy with dogs doing like acrobatics?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they were there.
Oh, cool.
And they had 2 shows. And then some comedian / magician guy was there.
Nice.
And the first show was like packed.
Mm-hmm.
Like first off, you couldn't really walk around well. Mm-hmm. You'd be like going really slow. Excuse me. Pardon me. But then during that show, it's like there's nobody here because they're all watching the show.
Right,
the first show, the second show, which was like 2 hours later,
Mm-hmm.
wasn't as crowded, but neither was like the whole venue.
Mm-hmm.
They had adult beverages there.
Oh,
so 0 Day was there, as
nice.
I had told you. You're like, I got 0 Day, and I'm like, I got 0 Day too. And Wolf Brewing and other winery places.
Nice.
That may have come across.
Yeah, I think so. But ging.
No, it didn't.
No? Okay. Well, there was a noise from Bo's computer.
There was.
You heard or not.
The crackling that we had talked about.
Yeah.
It totally came through.
I figured.
Yeah. Sometimes like it's just our equipment that's messing up, and it only affects us. But sometimes it goes through. So I apologize. I don't know what was going on.
No, it was weird, but happens.
Yeah. So are you considering this? Because like I was just doing winter themed stuff up until around Christmas, and I was gonna be like, now it's Christmas.
I don't know. Christmas music has been playing since like November 15th officially.
Yeah. And wasn't there that one album that came out in October?
Probably.
Nora Jones.
Yes,
we talked about it.
Yeah. Well, so yes, that's why I picked a holiday tune. Also, I picked this particular artist for a reason. I'm second, right?
Yes, you're second.
Right, so I'll wait to talk about my artist, but yeah, I was like, I'll just pick a holiday tune.
So I started looking, like I've been looking this month, more about like a theme.
Yes.
And then I would search for like, what would be a good, like what would they name a song that's based on this theme? And then I would just listen to people's music that I've never heard of that had a song that was like remotely like that, or maybe it's in the lyrics. This I knew, like, so I looked up Solstice and a ton of stuff came up, and I'm like, okay, cool. Or Winter Solstice.
Right.
And this came up, and I'm like, oh, I already know who this is. I was going to have them on a long time ago.
Oh, cool.
So this is Third Secret.
I don't know them.
You know three of the members.
Okay.
There are 5, I think.
Okay.
Here.
Is it the Boy Genius people?
No, it's not the Boy Genius people. I did also...
Well, those would be 3 people.
It was. Hold on a second. By the way, their website is horrible.
Oh, nice.
It's super ghetto.
Like old Flash.
Oh my god, it's just like a list. So, Here are the people that you will not know or might not know. Jennifer Johnson. She is one of the singers.
No.
Jillian Ray, I think, or maybe it's Ray. I don't know. Raye, probably Ray.
Ray.
John Bubba Dupree.
Nope.
Okay, he was in a band called The Void,
Okay.
which was an American hardcore punk band formed in Columbia, Maryland. Obviously, hardcore punk, Maryland, in the 1980s. Kim Thale.
Nope.
You don't know Kim Thale?
No.
Lead guitar player of Soundgarden?
No.
Okay, so Kim Thale's in this
I
band.
mean, I know Soundgarden, but I don't know.
This one you will know. We talked about him a couple weeks ago. Matt Cameron
No, I don't remember.
of Pearl Jam
Oh, okay.
and Soundgarden,
Okay.
the drummer. Chris Novoselic.
Yes.
Okay. So it's a supergroup of Nirvana.
Yeah.
Bass guitarist and accordionist of Nirvana.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a supergroup of a bunch of Seattle bands. And then Novoselic, Johnson, and Ray, the two female singers, they were in a band called Giants in the Trees a while ago. And then Cameron and Dupree played together in a band called Hater.
Nice. Are you sure that's not coming through?
It's not. It's coming through our headphones. It is not coming through the system.
Okay.
I guarantee you.
Guarantee.
Yeah, so this is a supergroup.
Cool.
This album
I
came
I
out
get
in
the
April 11th.
Seattle grungy influence in this a little bit.
How does this, besides Seattle sound,
Yeah.
like when you hear Chris Novoselic, when you hear Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden form a band,
Yeah.
do you hear this, or at least parts of that?
Yes, that's what I mean. Like I'm hearing, like now that you say all that, and now that I have a little bit of background, I'm like, oh, I totally hear that in this.
Yeah.
I don't know that this is the only song I heard.
Yeah.
Are they all acoustic?
No, there's like two different sounds, and some of
Okay.
them, like, they sound like Soundgarden songs.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Like I'm expecting if they, when they plug in, basically, like I'm expecting a certain sound, and it probably has that sound to it.
Yeah.
But I also hear the influence in this. What was that one band you played?
I'm not going to know anything based on that.
Are they called 22?
Yeah.
And then you played like an acoustic thing that like sounds nothing like the rest of their stuff or something like that, or am I conflating two things?
I don't know.
There was something that you played.
Yeah, Lifer?
Maybe. I don't remember.
Okay.
That other one's sticking in my head, but I think that's wrong. But anyway, there was a
Because
band.
22 was the band with like the Murder of Crows.
Oh, that one. Okay, never mind.
That was
no.
22.
There was one that you played. Maybe it was Lifer, where it was like, here's this one song that you're gonna play, but it's not really like the rest of their stuff. It's like the last track, and it's acoustic and it's whatever, and it has that vibe to me.
Yeah. So this band has kind of like two different sounds.
Yeah.
And it's really like, these are Chris Novoselic songs, and these are Kim Thale songs.
Okay.
Kim Thale songs sound like Soundgarden, and then this is kind of like the Chris Novoselic stuff, which I think that a lot of their stuff sounds medieval.
Oh, I could,
like medieval chant type things, or folk music.
Yeah, well, especially folk music.
Yeah.
This one was interesting to me because it was like, obviously the lyrics are important, and you can listen to the lyrics and get something out of it. But also, I listened to it twice. My second listening, I just kind of like let the whole thing wash over me, and it's very not drone like atmosphere. Great word. Yeah,
vibey,
mood, vibes. Yeah, it's totally, but it is, and it's kind of cool. And like, I got the like, it's called December, right?
No, it's called Winter Solstice.
Winter Solstice. Why did I think?
Which
it was
is
called, do they have a song called December? Did you send me a song called December?
Did I?
Why do I have just December in my head?
Well, that was last week.
Oh, that's
last
right.
week was December by Neck Deep.
There we go.
And then this is called Winter Solstice.
This is where I'm going. Then that was actually last week. We didn't even record it like 10 minutes ago, like we do sometimes.
It's true.
So anyway, Winter Solstice. Yes, no, but I'm getting like all those winter and like I'm out in the woods vibes and whatever. And even some of the lyrics mention about being in the woods
and the bell chimes. It's like you're in Northern Europe, in a small village, and there are bell chimes, and then like on the other side there's little kids playing and screaming.
Yeah, there's people sitting around like a giant campfire with lutes. Guitars.
It really is.
Yeah.
So here's Winter Solstice by Third Secret off of the album Third Secret.
Do we know what Third Secret means?
No. They are I don't think it says anything.
I'm gonna look it up.
Bell chimes, which is just like, the queen is here, or someone's coming. 12-string guitar.
Yeah, which already gives that kind of droney effect and stuff.
There's probably a lot of open strings as well.
Winter's coming away.
And then the like that's the whole like medieval chant, like a sumer coming in type vibe.
It's like something else.
There's like people,
I guess, yeah.
dogs
barking? Yeah, like wolves or something.
Yeah, in the right.
Yeah.
And that comes in and out when there's no vocals. And I wouldn't say that there's a chorus, kind of.
Yeah.
But it totally has like Northern European
100%.
folk stuff. Like I think I could hear somebody in college singing this. Like it's like we're gonna do this piece. This is a classic Norwegian folk tune.
Yeah, now I get that.
Or Northern.
I was trying to find more about like certain people in the band, and I clicked on like Jillian Ray, and I found this article like, who's this singer? Jillian Ray. And she's like, she's a singer. She's expected to be like some like deep thing, but she was in that Giants in the Trees band and whatever.
Yeah. There's two singers.
Yeah.
And Jillian Weiss. Jillian Weiss and Chris Novoselic were the ones who wrote this song. And I think like that's one of the camps as far as songwriting goes in this band. Like I'm focused on that thing. I don't even know what it is. Probably dogs.
I think so too.
Or wolves.
Yeah. I was thinking wolves.
Because it's the winter solstice.
Yeah. That's like the fake ending.
Yeah. Or the end of the bridge leading back into the chorus.
But it totally could have been the ending.
Yeah. The jumps in speed of that, it's just like they performed that. It wasn't like, well, we're going to do this part and this part and this part. It was like, no, we're going to play it together.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
I'm going to see if I can find another song by them. Okay. I don't think I can.
By the way, when you look up the Third Secret, besides the band, there's a movie from the 60s. There is a Third Secret of Fatima, which is a Catholic thing.
Did you go to their website? Because it's really bad.
Oh, their website? I did not. Also, two of the top like questions on thing are like, is Third Secret grunge? And then is Third Secret good? I thought that was funny. ThirdSecret.com. Oh, this is their website. I was on this before. I thought it was something else.
Because it looks so bad.
It's so bad.
Like it's all on...
And there's like...
On the left?
There's like... Well, no, not on my phone. It's all just like one thing. But like...
Yeah.
Royalty-free images. Oh, that is from them. I thought it was like an ad.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
So, this song's called I Choose Me, and it's written by
These
everybody.
pictures are really... Some of the pictures are kind of funny, too.
Yeah.
Right away. Sounds like Soundgarden. Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, once they plug in, this is the last day of August. Maybe we'll play. Which is another acoustic-y. And this is the Lillian and Christ.
Yes.
Soundgarden-ish. But actually, this is with Matt Cameron, so it's probably like a Soundgarden / Pearl Jam type of feel. So they got a bunch of, like, I mean, it's all kind of within like these three little branches.
Yeah. When you can tell that that's kind of where they're all sort of from and stuff. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't know if I want to listen to more, but I dig that one.
I mean, I guess you like, if you were big into grunge.
Well, that's the thing. That's
you'd
just
be like,
not
this is awesome.
my thing so much. So yeah, but no, that's cool. I was looking at the lyrics, and they're pretty straightforward too. Like just talking about winter and solstice and stuff.
Yeah.
So, in addition to my 3 concerts that I performed in this weekend, on Sunday after my concert, I immediately rushed over to HAC, which is Harrisburg Area Community College. Because the drummer, Jeff Hamilton, and his trio, piano, bass, and drums, were performing a concert sponsored by Central Pennsylvania Friends of Jazz. And so I was able to catch the last like tune and a half of the first act, and then they did like a second set, and I was able to catch all of that. And then Jeff Hamilton was with my kids today and working with them, which is pretty cool, and gave a clinic. So that's who we're going to listen to. And this is off of his album. Is it called Merry and Bright?
Yes.
Yeah, which is a holiday album. This one I was just kind of particularly taken with because it's not what you expect from Here Comes Santa Claus.
Here's the thing. So I played this little playlist that I have of 4 songs. And I was expecting this, and then it skipped over it to your other tune for next week.
Oh, okay. And you were like,
and I was like, this doesn't sound like
the Jeff Hamilton trio.
Anyway, so what's the song?
Here Comes Santa Claus. Done in a kind of partito alto thing.
There was a
By the way, he shipped his actual drums here from LA. And then he set them up at my school, and my kids got to play on them. Which is pretty cool. His like completely custom designed drums.
There was a JHS, the pedal company / the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
They had like a record time, but they're like, like right now a bunch of people are doing like Christmas albums, and like, what's your favorite Christmas album? So we're not going to do that. We're going to do, what's your favorite album that's not a Christmas album but reminds you of Christmas? And then like they would ask people who work in the shop, and they're like, mine's Some Kind of Blue. Because it's jazz. I don't even know this record, but because it's jazz. Because jazz reminds me of Christmas.
Yeah.
And that's because of
Vince Guaraldi and the Peanuts soundtrack.
Yeah.
I actually just saw a thing that was saying about like what's the best album to introduce people to jazz that don't necessarily like jazz. Yeah. And everybody's like, they always say Kind of Blue because it's like the best selling album
I was thinking of Peanuts.
No, but people say like Kind of Blue. Well, it's so blah blah blah. And I'm like, yeah, but that's not. It's not. I mean, it's accessible, but it's also not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like people want tunes and things, and so
and you give them the Peanut soundtrack.
Yeah. I would also argue maybe like some Dave Brubeck and stuff too, but even that with like the weird time signatures. And,
Yeah.
So
Well, 5/8's not. I mean,
yeah,
there's
but,
probably more than that. But
Yeah.
that's the only thing that I really
Yeah.
know.
but I like this with the shift in feels and stuff throughout.
Yeah.
It's just so good. All three of them were so good yesterday.
Did all of them come to the school?
No, just Jeff,
Okay.
just Mr. Hamilton there.
Cool. How did you get that to happen?
Through Central Pennsylvania Friends of Jazz.
Oh, okay.
I know people. Basically told the kids, I was like, we got him because of connections that I have.
Like
and,
I know
and I was trying to
people-
tell them like that in like not like just like a funny way or like a devious way, just like that's how things happen in life a lot of times is
Yeah.
through who you know.
and also taking advantage, not like in a negative way,
No,
advantage, but taking advantage of the opportunity.
Well, even this through also Central Pennsylvania Friends of Jazz, thank you very much. Besides bringing in Jeff Hamilton to work with our kids, they also gave us like a super discounted ticket rate for my kids to go.
Oh, cool.
Like the tickets are $30 regular, $10 for students, and then we got a special price below that.
Wow.
And I was trying to tell the kids even that, take advantage of this opportunity to go see him perform with his group for not very much money.
Yeah.
Like that's great that he's coming in, but that's different than experiencing him doing his actual thing, you know. And this was the last one on the first set, and it was also the listening example I gave to my kids last week for their homework, for their listening homework, and they were like, that was the one, Mr. Brenner, that was... I'm like, I know. This whole album's really good. Again, if you like jazz, you like Christmas stuff.
Yeah.
I'll tell a story then about his piano player that he told today, which is pretty cool. But Jeff, if you look up Jeff Hamilton's biography, he's almost 70 years old. He's played with just about everybody. Like he was in Count Basie's band for a little bit. He was in Woody Herman's band. He's played with Ray Brown. He's most recently has played a lot with Diana Krall, like on her albums and toured with her. He has the Clayton Hamilton Jazz Orchestra, which he started with the Clayton brothers, Jeff and John. They were on, besides doing their own stuff and being big names, they've played on a couple like Michael Bublé albums. Just trying to say like names that people actually know. But yeah, his
pick up those names.
his like discography is insane. And then you look at like even people that he played with that like he didn't record with. Like we go to discography, but it's like yeah, but he was also like with Count Basie, and like even though they didn't necessarily record, he was Oscar Peterson's drummer for 5 years, famous piano player. Like yeah, I was telling the kids too, I was like, in the 10 years I've been like the jazz guy at CD, this is the biggest name I've ever gotten to bring in. Like we brought in some cool people, college professors, some different things, but like love it.
I'm expecting clapping.
Oh yeah, it sounds like it's gonna be live. So he was telling this story. Somebody asked today, like, "Oh, who is your piano player?" And he said, "Let me get his actual name here before I forget. It's Tamir something, but I want to make sure I get the right thing." Hang on.
Most instrumental jazz that we listen to, I just want to like either it's background music, or you just sit and listen to it.
Yeah.
So I kind of feel weird bringing them sometimes.
Oh, why is it not coming up?
Because the internet is horrible in this building.
So it's John Hamer on bass.
Yes.
And then Tamir Hendelman.
There you go.
On piano. But he was telling this story about Tamir. So Tamir, I guess, is from Tel Aviv, Israel, originally. Grew up playing piano, classical piano and stuff, and moved to the U.S. I guess eventually ended up at Eastman School of Music. And, like, did jazz, but, like, was not a jazz guy. And, you know, was a classical kind of guy. And then he was out in L.A., like, doing some different stuff and was, like, taking different gigs and doing different things. And I guess Jeff heard him play with somebody. Did he say this was like 99 or something like that? And he was like, he was impressed by him and got his number and his card or whatever. And then, but like he had a piano player in his trio already. And then something happened where his piano player was like going on tour then with somebody else. But then they were also going on tour. So like he needed a piano player basically. And he remembers this guy and he calls him up and says to him about, we're going to Tokyo in a bit. Like, be curious, like if you'd be interested in maybe trying out for the gig, And he sent him, I think, 3 CDs worth of stuff. And he said, pick 6 tunes out of there, like learn them and pick 6 and learn them, and then come in, next week or whatever. And we'll run through stuff and we'll see if you're a good fit or whatever. So flash forward to whenever it was, 2 weeks, whatever, however much time it was. Tamir comes in and he's like, so what 6 tunes did you pick? And he was like, I just learned all 3 albums. He's like, what? He's like, yeah, I got them all memorized. Just pick whatever and we'll go. So sure enough, he knew it all and he got the gig, and now he's been his guy for forever, which is pretty cool. So, but he was telling the kids that not only because it's a cool story and like this guy's like really impressive, but he's like, be prepared for the gig that you want. If you want a gig, you want to do a thing, like come in ready to do it. Have the job before you even do the interview kind of thing. Yeah. Like have that kind of attitude. I want to talk about that with them specifically tomorrow, because there's so many times, and I've been guilty of it too, and probably still am at different times, where like before you even play a thing or right after you play a thing for somebody, it was a playing test or whatever, just like a gig, or I'm sorry, I didn't get enough sleep last night. Like all these things. And I've heard it said to me in a different way of like, don't tell me the reasons you shouldn't get the job before you even do the interview. Because that's kind of what it's like. If you walk in and you're immediately giving me all the excuses and all the things and all the whatever, I've already got that in my brain now when I hear you play.
Yeah.
And you're basically telling me why you shouldn't, or why you aren't going to be good.
Yeah.
Instead of walking in, not cocky and boastful and whatever, but just like, you have done the work, first of all, beforehand, and you walk in knowing you've done the work and you're good to go.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I thought that was a cool story. And he was telling a bunch of other kind of cool stories and different things. And, I mean, like I said, the guy's been doing it for ever and ever and ever. He was also sort of, as we were packing up and doing some stuff, one of my students was kind of talking to him one-on-one. And I only caught, like, the back half of the story, but basically his parents didn't want him to have like a drum set and whatever, and so they'd only like let him do a snare drum, and told him something to the effect of like, when you win a competition on like snare drum, then we'll get you like the full drum set.
Yeah.
But he said where he grew up, you couldn't do the competitions until you were 12, and so basically from like age 7 to 12, all he was doing was like mastering the snare drum. And so when he was 12, he starts beating all these like high school kids and stuff in these competitions, because he's like, all I did for 5 years was play the snare drum. I was good at it, and then he got a drum set, and then he, I think the quote he said was like, well, whose feet are going to play that? These parts of it, like, because he was real good with his hands, and then all of a sudden had to add the feet to it and whatever. But then he said like when he was in high school, he was playing with college bands and pro things because he was better than those people too. And he's like, I'm not bragging. He said, it's just because I worked and worked and worked, because he knew that's what he wanted to do. So it was kind of cool. Super nice guy, by the way, too. Signed two of my albums for me.
Nice.
One is the LA4, which he was a member of the LA4.
No. I was just like, so he signed your what is, I can't think of any band that
signed my Lizzie McAlpine.
Your Lizzie McAlpine and Every Time I Die.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. No,
I wasn't on those. Yeah, no, so just please sign it.
Well, when I was looking at his discography, I was like, wait, what do I have in my collection? And I was only able to find 2. I'm sure I might have a couple others like stuck in there. But the one was, like I said, the LA4, which he was a member of, and then another one was him sort of as the drummer in somebody else's band. But I was like, can you please sign these? Which he did. He was super gracious.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's always nice when, like, I won't call him a hero of mine, but like somebody you look up to is a good person also. Like, that super sucks when you meet somebody and you're like, oh, you suck. like you're a great musician, you're a great actor, you're a great whatever, but like you kind of suck as a person. But no, he was super great. So thank you, Jeff. Appreciate it.
Cool. Did you tell him that I'm going to have you on my podcast tonight?
No, I didn't. No, I did not.
You should listen.
Yeah. I'll tag him on Instagram, see what happens.
Is he on Instagram?
He is on Instagram, yeah. And he reposts stuff because my friend Mark, his fiance, posted like a little video from the concert last night. And I noticed this morning on his story it was like reposted. So
nice.
Yeah. Cool.
So that's our show today.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Thanks for telling folks. For
Good.
sticking around through 102 episodes.
Check us out on Instagram.
Yeah.
Follow us.
At Two Tunes Podcast.
There's a Discord. There's a link in the description below.
Go down the rabbit hole with all your best
with
friends.
all your best friends.
Oh, by the way, my friend Allison, just today as we're recording this, started on episode 1. And she messaged me, and she'd finished episode 1. Well, she told me she was going to start listening, and then she messaged me. She was like, "I finished episode 1." She's like, "It's good. You guys like have a good rapport and blah blah blah." Whatever.
Oh, we get better.
Yeah, hopefully. But she's like, "No, I'm into it. Like, I like it." And then she was like, "By the way, using my word, I'm sure that I have said on here a million times. She's like also a completionist. Like so she's like, I will be listening to all of them." I was like, "Cool. I mean, great."
I'm not going to start unless I can do
I mean,
all of it.
I tell people, like, especially now that we've hit 100, you don't have to go back to number 1 and go all the way through. Pick and choose. Find those artists that you recognize and see and like, and start there. And then if you're still into it, then go to like episode 3 where you're like, I don't know who any of those people are. Now let me listen to that.
Yeah.
That's kind of like mostly what I tell folks to do.
Yeah.
But
very cool.
Yeah.
All right, man.
All right.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.